Welcome everybody to Onward VRML Season 13 Week 2. I am your host Jamie, bringing you a fantastic game today. Dead Logic taking on, no fun intended, two veteran teams, both currently being Masters sides. Dead Logic ranked 32, no fun intended, ranked 12th at the end of last season. And these two teams have actually duked it out before and played against each other, having played on the likes of Bazaar, Suburbia, Tanker, and when they last played, no fun intended, did come out on top, only by 2 points though. It was very close. They did play Suburbia, like I say, and funny enough, that is actually going to be tonight's first map, but the variation being it's Suburbia Night, and it can be pretty decent actually. It's one of picking a night map is usually kind of like a tactical reason, just because if you know a team is good on a map and potentially are going to pick it, then what you can do is pick what sorry, lost my train of thought there. If you pick the night map, then basically it takes it off the table. You can't repick that map again and take the day variation, so it does take that away. So teams are going to be looking, it's going to be interesting to see how these teams do decide to play on this map. And quick shout out to the chat. Good to see you guys there. Ninja Salad, Anonymous Gamer, Excise, VST, Tayson, Panzer Division, Identity Crisis, and Blizzardvark. And I can see you asking for the teams, so currently we are waiting on each side bring in another member, but currently on Dead Logic we are seeing Furious Daddy, Kawata, Shima, Oats and Snow, and on No Fun Intended we are going to see Shadow Warrior, Just Do It, Game Reaper and Deadshot so far. So who we will see for the final spots is yet to be decided. And apologies, the sound was pretty loud there at the start, so that's obviously being turned down now. So good to see you guys, and we'll kick off and go into the bans, I guess. And the first ban that is going to be coming in, Quarantine. And Dead Logic, you know, they have played it a few times. Quarantine is a difficult map. These guys, I don't think, have played a game yet this season, so probably not feeling kind of up to it, and just want to ease themselves back into things. And No Fun Intended have played this quite often. It does look like we are actually going to start with 4, so we will get into the into the away ban right after this first round of Suburbia Night. Early on, we're going to see pre-fire, pretty common for this objective. Didn't get to see go through it, but the objective being the playground objective. Kawata Shima taking out Shadow Warrior, who was a kind of long-range shot actually onto the school bus there. Starting things out with the Dead Logic up 4 to No Fun Intended's 3. We can see a mostly spread out defense here. Just Do It being the only defender on the objective. Deadshot and Game Reaper kind of providing cover from the central area and the spawn house there. Having that overarching loot, we can see the lasers just scanning areas. More pre-fire coming out from Dead Logic, and they are good on this map. They know the spots, they know what to pre-fire, and it will cause a little bit of a deterrence for this No Fun Intended side on their approach. Deadshot now pushing in, looking for kills himself, takes out Furious Daddy and his pre-fire. Oaks not able to get the refrag as Deadshot moves back round to lane 3. We are going to see a little bit more pre-fire, and Deadshot trying to see what he can see. Oaks not covering this lane 4 approach, doesn't see the movement, so he's not going to get the pick onto Deadshot, who will live to carry on protecting lane 3. Three minutes 45 left on the clock. Downlogic taking it ever so slow, and you have to on this map. That's basically what this looks like if you're not using night vision. This is all you will see. So you do have to sacrifice either a flash, a smoke, maybe a frag, just to be able to use that night vision. You can change your plans just a little bit there. Kawashima, more pre-fire onto some known spots. No one going to be there, and Oaks does pick off Deadshot moving around on lane 3-4 area. Logic on the way to surrounding this defense. Game Reaper going to have to move in very shortly as they do approach the objective. Just do it. Got to hold on as Game Reaper provides some cover. Get some pre-fire. It's not going to land anywhere as Kawashima and Oaks are crouched. Now Game Reaper has provided the backup that was needed for Just Do It. We are about to see this final approach come to a head. No equipment usage yet. Oaks being the one to test things out, and Care bringing up the rear and providing a little bit of cover. Just Do It will be somewhat protected by those crates. Oaks may take an extra second here to pick him out, as he is going to be pretty dark against the backdrop. Oaks doesn't spot this, but Just Do It hears this. Gets that pick. Deadlogic now down to 2. Care desperately puts out some shots, but not going to really land anywhere. Game Reaper now going on for a flank, takes out Care. And we are very quickly now down to the final member of Deadlogic, Snow. Veteran player, been in this situation time and time again. Anyone can do this, it is going to be them. But unfortunately, Just Do It is watching the corner of Burning House at the right time there, and is able to take out Snow on their approach. Giving No Fun Intended their first point of the night. So, Suburban Knight not really putting a hindrance into No Fun Intended's play. I mean, they won their first game against Boss Fight, which are a team that have been in finals many times. I think they came out on top overall through MMR last season. A very, very, very good side, and they did beat them last week. So they're going to be now looking to continue with that winning approach and go into the third game next week and hopefully setting their MMR pretty good at the start of this season. Next week's games are going to be the ones that do decide your well, we should start showing the MMR for majority of teams that have played their third game next week. And that's where the MMR does balance and see where people stand. As we were talking about bans before, the ban coming in from the No Fun Intended side is going to be Subway, taking away Deadlogic's probably most known map maybe, or at least one of. So we are going to continue with this 4-man, well 8-man game and get straight into that second round now. We're going to see similar spawns here. No quick spawn tonight. There's No Fun Intended get lane 1. You can see more pre-fire coming out from this Marsoc side, hoping to hit Volk as they move into their spots. But Deadlogic already being in their positions, having not really gone too far from the objective. Snow with the first pick onto Deadshot there outside lane 4. See those bullets hitting the bus, but not going to land onto Snow, who is very well protected. Just the right height. Going to probably get on tippy toes to be able to see through those windows, but otherwise, pretty comfortable. Oh, as I'm saying that's again, I think I'm cursing you, Snow. Just do it. Probably spotted a foot. There's the danger sometimes with some of these spots. You can just see Just Do It there. So just like that, we are down to a 3v3 now. Cat running around on the objective. Got to be checking every angle. Even though Deadlogic are pretty tucked in on the objectives, and no pun intended, going to have to make some or cover some ground before they're actually going to get into the range of Deadlogic, and they're going to be covering those lanes. More pre-fire coming out, and this is basically how Suburbia does go. It just comes down to pre-fire up until those final few moments, and Care with a great shot onto Just Do It. Through that little gap there. Tight shots, that pre-fire doing work really. Just Do It did put some pre-fire down themselves, so Care knew where they were, but still, it's just those little tight angles. Reaper's soon going to come into the sightlines of Cat. Gonna have to be prepared for this quick push. And see, this night map here definitely adds a little bit of paranoia to any approach. You're just not sure if like any shadow is going to be a Vault member or if it's just a shadow. Furious Daddy and Oak staying in their positions, not pushing, not trying to flank. And Shadow Warrior is soon going to see these. Gunshots onto Care, gonna alert them to the fact this push is coming in. Oh, but Oak's watching that corner, takes out Shadow Warrior as he tries to get some shots onto Care. All comes down to Game Reaper and his approach now. 2 minutes remaining. Furious Daddy bringing up the rear on the burning house there. And it does look like Game Reaper's going to go for the cap here. Or at least seeing, it doesn't look like it's possible, so now got to opt to try and get the kills. Care here in the gunfire, puts some pre-fire through the bushes and takes out Game Reaper, giving Deadlogic their first point of the night. So, very similar defense coming in from Deadlogic there and holding it in pretty tight. Just waiting on, no pun intended, to get into the sightlines. Lots of pre-fire coming out from Care though. Able to pick off 2 people, I think, from pre-fire there. So, some good use of the PKM. It's a brilliant weapon. I do enjoy using it. Oh, are going to now go over to the school bus objective, one of the more newer ones to the game, and not all that different from the one that does sit kind of over there, as you do need to provide a little bit of cover over on this lane, and obviously a little bit more so where teams fall down is not having enough people over in this area, as if you do lose any members around here and the objective's then wide open, it can be a long run even from here just to get there. I mean, it probably wouldn't be too bad, but still, it can be done with enough smoke. You've got to push in. It's gonna be fun to see how No Fun Intended decided to defend this, and Dead Logic on the attack. We are still on 4, so I guess we are going to be going for a 4v4 for the majority of the night. Certain areas not going to be covered now, and certain areas not able to be pushed as we go in to round number 3. And we are going to see some C4 placement, which is always a good thing to see. A little bit of pre-fire there, not going to find its mark. Just do it, still pushing in with that C4, just wanting to get that perfect position. There it is. Little corner there. Snow going to be the first to approach this attack defense, and the nade coming out. Not quite far enough to take out that C4. Shadow Warrior going to hear all this movement. Soon going to peek, just do it. Has reacted to the nade, throws a nade himself, but not going to land anywhere near Snow, so this approach still happening. A little bit of baiting shots there. Try and draw, just do it out. Not going to have that effect though, is pretty in there tight. Do you think when you're up here, if only they could see, well, if only they could see it, make this a very short game, but Snow gets some good free fire there. Game Reaper can find themselves getting picked off. So we take a look at this defense, a pretty forward defense as we talked about there. One member over on lane 4. Another member hidden somewhere. Oh, that Game Reaper, isn't it? It's under the light. Curse's night map. Oh, Furious Daddy able to spot Shadow Warrior there. Does take him out, or at least down him, and then finishes him off. Oaks is able to safely push up along this lane, and Dead Logic is certainly getting ready to start their attack now. A little bit more pre-fire from Oaks there, and just do it still hanging around, but Deadshot finds spots a Furious Daddy as he's coming in for a little bit of a flank here. Oh, but Oaks, reading the situation well, goes to peek onto lane 4 and takes out Deadshot. But No Fun Intended down to 2, and just do it narrowly, avoiding the pre-fire there from Oaks. Now goes to the push, which alerts Game Reaper to this approach now, but he's not looking. So Just Do It goes down from the flank. And now Game Reaper's got to be watching. Some heavy smoke usage will cause his vision to be blocked. He gets the pick onto Oaks. Snow hearing his gunshots reacts, and Game Reaper takes shots. Flash comes out, not going to find anyone. Oh, and the C4 placed earlier does take out Snow. Very good teamwork there from the No Fun Intended side, and now we're down to that 1v1 Care versus Game Reaper. which Care comes out on top, giving Dead Logic that oh so coveted Marsot win. This Dead Logic side, they say they've not played, but they're looking pretty, you know, warmed up at least. Unintended, looking just as good, and I think they're going to be going on for their probably Marsot win here now. Apologies about that. A short period of silence. And so yeah, Dead Logic having got that Marsot win and going into a vault round now, be trying to push on for 5 points if they can get the win here and then pushing a cap in their Marsot round. No fun intended though. Have the chance to get a Marsot win here. It is a tough one for Volk to defend. Shown on both sides. I mean, if Volk can get a good flank in, whilst Marsot are pushing, that can be pretty devastating, really. But if Marsot get that flank over onto the Volk side, whilst all the action's going on, again, that can be pretty devastating itself. So, Dead Logic now on the defense, and no fun intended on the attack. Dead Logic ahead, 2 points to 1. This is map number 1, folks. We've still got plenty more to be bringing you. You're going to see a very similar spawn here. No fun intended, opting to use that spawn and push around on lane 4, which Dead Logic avoided in theirs. Smoke's coming out for the cross. There's some pretty well placed smokes. A little bit of a gap there that Furious Daddy can probably just catch any movement, but may not be able to get. Oh, the nade's coming out though. Oh, just not far enough, unfortunately, for Dead Logic, because that would have taken out both Shadow Warrior and Game Reaper. Certainly would have put a stop to this approach. Game Reaper and Deadshot now over on the Volk side. Deadshot finding the first pick of the night onto Oaks, only downing him though. Does get the confirm, and the kill from Snow onto Game Reaper comes out. Evening things out, 3-3. Snow going to be very aware of the fact that there's another member of Marsok over on their spawn. Don't know if it's me, but both these sides very quiet. Not hearing too much talking. So Deadshot's going to poke and prod over on the Volk spawn area as Just Do It pushes around on lane 1. This is a pretty good plan, actually, as the majority of Volk are sitting on that northern side. There isn't much of a defense over on the south, so if the person in Game Reaper's last spot does go down, Snow's going to have a long way to go in as Furious Daddy does go down. Just Do It still staying ever so silent. Snow now goes down, and this is where it becomes difficult. Game Reaper was in this position in the last one. Unintended, not deterred by Dead Logic's Marsot win. Pushing in aggressive here and just systematically taking out these defenders. Deadshot opting to join Just Do It now. Oh, down to 2 members as he peeks and spots Care, giving no fun intended their Marsot win, putting things back to 2-2. Both sides currently not altering in anything. If they're attacking and getting points, the other side does it. You know, they're just so evenly matched at the moment, and this is what I guess you saw in the last game in the last season. And it's still like this now. Both sides just looking so strong, and it's only with 4 players on either side. Maybe that's the key. You know, start playing with 4. Everyone's just doing everything. You know, the kills are coming out, and the nades, they've been so close. The one that was like just ever so slightly a little bit further would have taken out 2 members of No Fun Intended and put a stop to that early push onto the backside there as Dead Logic then just started getting taken out. So lots of plays to be had, and at this point now we have changed objectives over to the tank on Spawnhouse side. Volt not having very far to go to defend this, and historically the best way probably to defend this is kind of have a more forward approach. Again, if you are caught out in Spawnhouse, especially up top, yes, you are covering this angle, but you can cap from this side. So Volt have to be watching so many positions. 2 members need to be covering the objective at all times, really. 1 in Spawnhouse, 1 in Midhouse, providing a little bit of cover there. We are now going into this 5th round. Map number 1, and it's going to be a long one, folks. You know, these sides going to be back and forth, and just what we want to be seeing, really. Nade coming out early there. Well, not early, isn't early, but early 20 seconds, and not going to find anyone. You can see the lasers there covering lane 4. We've got 1 member of Den Logic there sitting at the car over at their spawn, anticipating a flank maybe from lane 1. Just depends if that Volt defender does get a little bit antsy there and want to push up. Could work well in their favor. And the good thing about the night maps is you can probably see from Snow's sight here, gets a pick onto Shadow Warrior. If somebody is sitting in Spawnhouse or Midhouse, then because of the lights, they're going to be a lot more lit up, and obviously you're going to be able to see them. So Downfall Night would have been the other one where you would probably have done that, because it does make it so much easier to be able to spot Volt in those evil windows. Game Reaper just tucked in nicely there. The curtains providing some good cover. And until he takes some shots like that, taking out Care, Oaks getting Just Do It also. It's looking like Dead Logic are pushing on for a cap here. Potentially as Deadshot is sitting in Spawnhouse. He goes down. Snow in a position potentially to push straight through. Don't think Deadshot have heard. Deadshot? Dead Logic have heard Deadshot here in Midhouse. So we could get the first kill out of surprise, and here is Daddy potentially going to be the one to test this Midhouse push. As you do need it on Marsot, like I was saying earlier, you need this. Oh, doesn't check that angle, and Furious Daddy going to punish Deadshot for that one. Green Reaper now on his own. does come out. As the smokes that are covering that site, Snow is in that position, like I said, for the push, but unfortunately, or well, fortunately, and now you look at it, Game Reaper goes down, and Dead Logic get their second Marsot win, giving them 3 points to No Fun Intended's 2, and they are now going into their Vault defensive round, looking good for this map. Quick look on the scoreboards here. Oaks with 6 kills to 3 deaths. Game Reaper 4 kills. Just Do It 4 kills. Deadshot 3. Shadow Warrior 2. Furious Daddy 2. Care 4. Snow 4. These sides just even. Every kill in retaliation is another kill, and then that kill gets a kill. And if you've only just started watching, where have you been? It's just back and forth between these sides, and 3 minutes for that, or well, nearly 3 minutes for that last one. They're pretty fast rounds. And these plays coming out at the moment are just so precise, so well versed. The countdown has just come out. And we are going to now go into round number 6. No Fun Intended on the attack. Dead Logic 3 points in 3 points, needing 4 to win, and it usually is pretty good to go into this situation with that 3-point lead, as you are when you Vault. Defense can sometimes be a little bit easier. We are going to see a very, very similar defense from this side again. So No Fun Intended, after they hear the gunshots, are going to be in a position to attack. Game Reaper being the first to go down. Lane 4, Oaks getting another kill. He is just on point tonight, 7 kills. Deadshot having to push through on lane 2. Well, lane 3 here. Going to be a little bit scared to make this push. It's potentially this night map working in Dead Logic's favor. Oh. Take a team's best map off them. I just taking the night variant, hoping that it does provide a little bit of... Oh, a nade! Oh, goodness me! You know, I'm gonna come back just... Kablam! Oh, the nade! Did see a kill there, I think, onto Furious Daddy. Whilst I was loving that nade. And say it's a kill comes out, and then another kill comes out. Oh! Care shooting from that window does get spotted by Just Do It, taking her out. Dead Logic now down to 2 defenders, Oaks and Snow. Oh, Oaks finds himself yet another kill onto Just Do It. 2-2. And that is his 8th kill of the night. Oh, just couldn't quite get Shadow Warrior there, who takes him out, leaving Snow on their own. And she now got a very tough challenge. Got to hold this line and hope that you can just see anything moving over on lane 1, and that no one's going to come behind you. Paranoia does start to set in, and yeah, you got to be checking. Oh, the C4! Oh my goodness! I wasn't even... I mean, there was no way I could have... No! Ow! Ow! Very well played. The nade earlier taking down Deadshot. Getting revived, and then the C4 going off takes him out. And we are down to a 1v1. Oh, God. Got this tension right here with the knife. Shadow Warrior taking it so slow. 2 minutes 30 remaining. Knows what is on the line. He gets taken out by Snow. Then Logic take that first map, and then you're going on to their map pick. And anything can come up then. And the Warrior very quickly coming to Snow's sideline soon, who's picked probably one of the most optimal spots here. Shadow Warrior doesn't check behind him. Snow spots him, taking him out, giving Dead Logic the first map here. 4 points to no fun intended's 2. Very, very, very well played by Dead Logic. Just... We're going to replay that nade. I should have got maybe the C4, but the nade. There it is, Furious Daddy. Very well played. Dead Logic now go into their map pick. Subway is off the tables, and it's going to be bizarre by the looks of it. Yep, there was no player audio, so we're going to give it a quick restart there. So I'm back. Apologies for that very, very short delay there. As, yep, player audio didn't seem to be playing. Gotta love those little technical difficulties that do happen. And I can confirm, I think the player voices are working, as I did hear a cough as I joined the tent. So, fingers crossed we are good there. So, yeah, I mean, let's just quickly talk about that last map. Dead Logic taking No Fun Intended's map, and let's not forget, No Fun Intended did beat Boss Fight last week, so you know it was a hard battle for them, and Dead Logic have just come in, and this is their first game of the season, and they were strong last season, and they have not lost that form. Oh, apologies. I did get the map size wrong. It's actually, this is actually going. That was Dead Logic's pick, and this is going to now be No Fun Intended's pick. And with that, we are going to go into the first round of map number 2, and Dead Logic have won that first map. No pun intended, not going down without a fight. Lots of pre-fire coming out. First objective going to be the southeast. And this definitely was a good one for no pun intended the last time they played this. They're going to hope for that Mozart win and then go on for some smooth vault wins. You don't want to be trading vault rounds at this point, as then at that point, you're not going to get this map. Just see this difference in this side now from that very first round where they were getting a little bit aggressive, getting up into positions. I mean, obviously the map definitely changes things, but they want to stay in this. They started off so strong and got to keep that momentum, but sure I can hear snow there, so the sound is working. And quick look on the scores here. 23 times they Dead Logic have played this, won it 14 times. No pun intended, having played it 8 times, won it 6.
That's all I'll say, because it's just a woo.
So there we go, we can hear. Seven.
I cannot find a good, comfortable way to crouch at this proper, level which I'm trying to crouch at.
The only thing that's blocking my view right now is a fucking Ballard in the middle of the fucking road. It's like, come on.
So Deadshot's making their way onto the approach here, and the northeast very quickly coming into that amalgamation. No fun intending, hoping to catch Dead Logic into like a kind of pincer movement, all approach at the same time, get your smokes in on the objective. Definitely see that there's going to be some timings here, as Just Do It approaching through the center. See the attack going to come in very shortly from all sides, as they have practiced this map. The last time we played this, well, they played this and we were casting it, we heard them talking about these timings. So they've definitely got something to what they're doing. Smoke or a nade, I think a nade. Just to check if anyone's sitting behind there. Very common spot, but Dead Logic are holding it tight and keeping it in. Just waiting for no fun intended to start their approach as we come down to the final 2 minutes now. Headshot and Just Do It ready for their approach. Game Reaper and Shadow Warrior just getting into position. Coming down to 1 minute 30, or 1 minute 40, should I say.
One's 2 on objective, 2 on objective.
Game Reaper does hear the conversation between Care and Snow, calling out at least 2 on the objective.
One's behind yellow 8.
You can just feel the tension right now. Everyone's moving so well. 1 minute to time. And this could be a very good attack here.
Just do it.
Just Do It. Starting the shots off. Putting Dead Logic on alert. A minute remaining. One smoke comes out. Furious Daddy takes out Game Reaper on the east. Shadow Warrior is there on backup. Knows where he is going to be able to get his kill. Potentially a move in onto the objective. Game Reaper did call out a positioning, I think, for care there. $20 remaining. If unintended, need to pick up the approach there. PKM comes. Care takes a kill. Dead Logic successfully defend. Furious Daddy being the remaining defender in the back there as it basically ends in trades. Dead Logic getting the first point now of map number 2. No pun intended, tried an attack there. Turned into trades, and you need that 5th member, I think. In situations like that, the 5th member definitely obviously going to make a pretty big difference there, and we are still playing a 4v4 here. 16 seconds on the clock remaining, and Dead Logic having to attack the same objective now, potentially going to could get a different spawn, as you can get 2 spawns on this map, or at least this objective, and one of them being a quick spawn. Lots of pre-fire come down and you're gonna get shot, so you don't want that happen. It gets caught on cast a lot, you'd be surprised. Started off with some pretty quick round discussions, and now as the game is going on, they're getting longer and longer. Sides are going to be feeling that pressure and the tension. Dead Logic got to be feeling good right now. As we now go into round number 2, map number 2. Dead Logic in the lead, so no fun intended, going to be wanting to hold on to that, or well, put a stop to that, get a point on the board themselves, and again, just hope it doesn't.
You can cut him through here. Pull through it.
Hope you're not training
Yeah, I will not say that on TV.
those fault rounds. Shadow Warrior taking the position that Game Reaper and he did throw a chat nade. Dead Logic did get that quick spawn, no pre-fire coming out. Their approach being a little bit quicker at the moment, but very, very similar. These sides having very similar methods of attacking, of a defense. We take a look on the quick map here, and the brunt of this, no fun intended, defense is in that east, southeast area. So if Dead Logic can get an attack at the right time, then no pun intended, could be caught off guard there. And it's one of those objectives where it can be a pretty long way to run.
It's probably on my spot. So we'll have to smoke him out.
We're seeing
kind of whole south area squared off.
standard
There, if I had to take
2-2
a guess,
kind of.
The last 2 people are probably in like the oh god, is that the east objective? Yeah, that's the east objective. The far east buildings of that courtyard, and then there's one probably in fridge room. I'd have to do my guesstimate. Me and Snow are gonna come here clear up blue room. If he's not there, he's in fridge. So
He might not even be there, though.
In fridge. I'll be back.
So
Okay.
a little bit of
I'll just
planning there.
tell me when you're ready.
Snow primed and ready to go. Ready to push in. Just waiting on Oaks' command. Three minutes 30 now on the clock. The approach being the same or somewhat similar. The pre-fire getting onto some known positions and not going to find their intended mark. Can see the shots are definitely causing a little bit of a distraction if that's the approach.
Seems clear. I gifted them a whole mag of pre-fire.
Yep. Just testing the fridge apparently. Easier to unplug it.
You want me to
Plug it
look
back
it
in.
out? Which blue room?
Get the lights on, but anyhow.
Do you have smoke?
Sorry, what?
Do you have
Oh my
smoke?
God. No, I don't. I think I still have night vision on.
Furious Daddy needing some smokes there, but Care using
Yeah,
night
I still have
vision.
night vision on. Damn.
Not gonna help much there. Game Reaper being in the same position for a while now also. Just waiting for the movements. That's what you gotta do sometimes on these or in these matches is hold your position for a very, very long time. And that can be part of the battle itself, as people do get antsy, decide to move, get out in the open then, and then as they get picked off, just do it. Just spot somebody. Oaks moving around the center there. He's now found himself in a bit of a sticky situation, as he can be pretty tough to move from those boxes, but he does get away. Smoke just providing his cover there. Shadow Warrior though, able to down him. Snow on the revive though.
You're up. You're up. So guys, these up.
Attack slowly coming in now. Oaks taking out Shadow Warrior. Game Reaper finding Furious Daddy, and just like that, as Dead Logic approach in, no fun intended, are watching the approach, do take them out, evening things up 1-1. Okay, quick look on the kills there, and no fun intended. All near enough 2 kills each, and Deadshot with a kill of his own. Furious Daddy with a kill, Oaks and Snow with a kill, and Care with 2 kills. Again, these sides just looking very even on this map. It just takes that one single moment where the team just pushes through and takes the lead. I think it's whoever basically takes that first Marsot round. So I think we need predictions at this point. It's too close not to call it. And this goes through Ninja. If you're still there, throw some predictions out there, because it's just so close to call. I feel like it's going to be 50-50 as well. I'm interested to see what you guys think in the chat there. What are we going to see here? We have changed objectives now. We are coming down to the south objective, well, the central south objective. Pretty Vault favored really, so it takes quite a bit for Marsok to push through. No fun intended. Going to try it themselves now on round number 3.
Just point something out if you want me to like pre-fire it.
We are going to see a Western spawn for No Fun Intended. Depending what side you're going to approach on, does depend on how you feel about that. I'm an Eastern person for this one. I like the Eastern approach, so I would not be happy with this because now I got to cross and it's a long, long wait. So, Dead Logic opting to put 3 people on there, on the objective there, with 1 person all the way in the east. And that's a pretty standard kind of defense, really. Keep people on the objective, at least 2 or 3, have 1 in the east, and then with your 5th member, have them in the west. You're not seeing any 5th member tonight.
Nothing in my area, I just do it.
Dead shot there with the sniper rifle, trying to see what he can see. Not going to see anyone, as he said. And Furious Daddy, being the player in the east, going to get some resistance very shortly, or should I say, no fun intended, going to get some resistance very shortly in the way of Furious Daddy. And 1 may go down, but oh, Game Reaper just narrowly avoids getting taken out as Furious Daddy tries then getting back into cover. Not able to get there quick enough. He does get the shots back onto him, taking him out. No fun intended. 4 Dead Logic, 3 players up. Seems like this western approach now getting in sync with the eastern approach. Headshot moves in across the western street. Just do it, getting ready to make the cross from the bazaar. I think we're going to see another well-timed attack, and
Check whatever you can in market when you can.
the trades will come out.
Minus one.
Care evening things up. Taking out Shadow Warrior. She covers the...
There's only one on the southeast end now.
She covers the southeast, and she is very aware of Game Reaper's knowledge of Game Reaper's position. Probably just can't quite see her against the backdrop. At least gonna have an extra second there to shoot at him before he realizes exactly her spot. He's gonna know that she's there because obviously she did take out Shadow Warrior. With three people left to push and get in on this objective. It's all gonna come down to a single attack, it seems.
Looks there.
Oh,
One dead, one dead.
C4 coming out, not going to find anyone. Just do it, and Snow having a bit of a trade there, and I think Deadshot taking out Oaks. But Snow's going to get revived by Care.
In the red 2.
So again, evening things out, or 2v2 at the moment. Game Reaper
red
coming
two,
in
it was
from
red
the
two.
east. Just Deadshot over on the west. Getting back into position. Got to provide cover of the south. Deadshot narrowly avoids getting killed there as Care takes shots into that window. Game Reaper got to see this movement and has forgotten to cover the south. Snow got to provide some backup and try and cover that as best they can. Oh, Game Reaper spots this movement, takes out Care, and no fun intended, looking like they are on their way to getting the Marsot win. Just what you would need on this. And just like that, Game Reaper takes out Snow as she's moving around in the center of the road there. Deadshot not able to get the cap, but at least you get the point. And now, Dead Logic having to push to get that Marsot win and take map 2. No fun intended, just got to hold these vault defenses. So, I was saying before, fun intended have got that Marsot win. Just need to hold on to that lead now. But Dead Logic are going to attack this same objective, and just like in that one, you can surround the objective and just slowly pick off the vault defense as they're moving around, checking different angles, checking different corners. You can definitely secure yourself that win, and that is exactly what No Fun Intended just did. And by the looks of how things have gone for these past few rounds, we are going to see, I would imagine, a very similar attack from Dead Logic. They're going to surround this objective, get a couple people over on the south, and then just move in as one. And we are not going to wait too long to find out who is going to take this point as we go into round number 4 now. And let's not forget, this objective certainly is cappable. A few well-placed smokes and a little bit of confusion. If you can get a player into the building whilst somebody's got to move in, especially that south, then cap usually comes on. And Dead Logic have been given the eastern spawn, so they're gonna use that to their advantage. But you can see the lasers coming in from No Fun Intended as they watch this cross. Snow getting some good pre-fire out. Makes that defender take cover and not watch for the cross. So now we have 3 members of Dead Logic over on the Vault side. Game Reaper and Snow about to come to a head. Shots onto Snow, not going to make their mark.
One in yellow 3, yellow 3.
Game Reaper annoyed that he didn't land those shots, so the call out is going to come about their positioning. 2 members of Dead Logic over on the cell side now. Care gets picked out as she tries and makes that cross there. Furious Daddy, though, hears these gunshots. Game Reaper could think that he's covered this. Oh, but Furious Daddy and him don't see each other. And Game Reaper gets the kill over onto Furious Daddy.
One still in yellow courtyard.
Now down to 2. The south approach has been put a stop to. Snow having to reassess the situation now. Do I push in from there, or do I try and move in? Oak's very far away at the moment. Gonna have to kind of push in very shortly as they come up with a new plan.
I missed his head.
Snow and Shadow Warrior gonna get the trade there. Just do it, pushing over onto the Marsot side, giving No Fun Intended their 3rd point now. And they are now looking strong for this 2nd map win, putting themselves back in the game, evening things out 1 map apiece, and going into Dead Logic's 3rd map pick very shortly. But first, they need to get that 4th point, should I say, and Dead Logic are going to be wanting to stop that, of course, and take this map, finish things here. And in this situation, sometimes you do see the team with the lowest score coming back, getting those 2 objectives that they really enjoy and able to just work it. Next objective is going to be the tank objective, and Bolt can defend this. It just requires some very good positioning, some good sideline, and that can be all needed communication between your players. of the Marsoc approach, and Marsoc having to communicate the vault positioning can definitely work to get the cap, take out one side of the defense, get the smokes, kind of similar to Suburbia of the tank objective there, get it from the opposite side before the vault defenders can push in. So, no fun intended. Going to be wanting to try and go for the cap here, give themselves 5 points, even things out just a little bit from that Suburbia map, and keep that MMR somewhat balanced. Good to see everyone in chat tonight. I can see that those predictions did go up. GG there, Tippy. But good to see you all. Tippy, Blazova is still here. Folon, Rain Andian, Battlestar, King Chava. Good to see you, man. How's everyone doing tonight? Just like that, though, we are going to go into round number 5. Deadshot attacking, getting the quick spawn. What we're seeing from this no fun intended side is that you're not getting the player playing out there or away from the team. They're very, very well coordinated tonight, and this is what you'd expect to see from a master
Enemy
team.
scaffolding, enemy scaffolding.
Just call out scaffolding, but
One may have crossed, not sure, can't confirm.
don't think anyone is sitting there. Snow trying to cover the cross from the east. Not able to get the shots through the smoke.
Crossed now, I can't watch that angle anymore.
Does have the smoke on us, so the C4, should I say? This Game Reaper Shadow duo coming in from the east here. Been doing this quite a lot tonight, or at least on these past 2 objectives. You do get those kind of plays that you feel the most confident with, those routes that you're the most you're well versed in. So it does pay to put players in those positions where possible if you can. Sometimes just not possible. So quick look onto we may see Game Reaper and Snow come to a head here, but we are going to quickly look on the scoreboard there. Shadow Warrior 2 kills, Just Do It 3, Game Reaper 7, Deadshot 2, Furious Daddy with a kill of his own, Care with 3, Oaks with a kill of his own, and Snow with 2.
Behind the wall, near purple 1, near the dustbin, where you normally take position just there.
Game did hear Snow talking there, calls out to Shadow Warrior, her position. And the nade may come out there just to check it. And we saw a lot of nades on Suburbia, but... Oh, doesn't need a nade. Let's just spot the head there of Snow and takes her out. Starting things off 3 against 4.
Pretty sure I see a dead body behind that beam, but I'm not.
No fun intended, looking pretty strong now as they take out that member of Dead Logic.
Reaper, and whoever is close, I will throw a flash in the air. And
Surrounding closer and closer onto the objective. Dead Logic gotta get a kill back on the board of their own just to put a stop to the no fun intended momentum here.
No one behind the wall, definitely is dead. Behind the corner is dead.
Kaz just checking this east, making sure nobody makes a cross to the tank, and you've got to hold your positions and trust that your teammates are covering those angles that you can't see. And that takes a lot of... it takes a lot to be able to be reserved enough to do that. Oaks and Just Do It trading there. Oaks is just down though. Just Do It taken out completely. The revive is needed here, but those important callouts may come out from Oaks if anyone decides to move through that courtyard there. Game Reaper is getting closer and closer onto the objective. Cared peeks that corner. Peeks again and gets taken down. Furious Daddy just behind. Shadow Warrior making a push of his own into the smoke. Furious Daddy can't quite see this movement. Not getting the pre-fire there. Game Reaper takes him out, giving them the kill. Giving them Bizarre. And just like that, no fun intended, are back in it. As both sides have now taken one map apiece. We are going into that third round, well, that third map. So we are now waiting on Dead Logic's map pick as they are home, or they could pick a side. One thing that we don't see too much of from teams nowadays is picking a side as opposed to picking the map. So if you know roughly what your opponent's going to pick, you could opt to try and secure yourself a vault victory and pick that side. Sometimes it can work against you though. We are going to go into cargo for Dead Logic. And things just got heated. Those quick plays, those short movements, they are going to come out. And last time we played this, we did see a 19-second round. And wonder if we're going to see another one tonight. Both teams eagerly onto their sides. And it's been a long, well, how long? An hour and 20 minutes, so I guess not too long. So the endurance of both sides not going to be tested too much at the moment. Still can be a lot when you're playing for over an hour. And the first objective we are going to see is over on the north behind the red container. And this one, Volt generally will hold that super tight defense, cover opposite sides, probably get one over in the red container on the on the eastern side, and then get somebody situated over on the west just to be able to cover that, form a line, and make sure nobody makes the cross. Marsot needing those smokes, and we saw a lot of nade usage in that suburbia round. The C4s coming out, and I'm expecting a lot of that now. Dead Logic on the home field side, getting that home field advantage, or well, home field advantage morale boost really, no actual genuine kind of home field advantage. Obviously picking two maps, I guess. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a spicy round, or well, map. As both sides, if you've only just joined us, and you can probably see, have taken a map each. 1 point separating these teams at the moment. And, no fun intended, are currently 1-0, so they're going to want that 2-0. Doesn't mean a lot really, I guess, too much at this point in the season with it being so early, but, you know, it feels good when, you know, teams are going to look at that and they're going to be more wary. You know, you're playing against a team that hasn't lost yet, and you're watching these casts, and they're playing well. So, Dead Logic definitely not got any rust on them from the off-season, as they are on form tonight. Got unfortunate in that Bizarre, but they're going to now, I imagine, be looking to get those quick plays in, get those great nades, get those C4s in, and just try and take this final map giving themselves their first win of the season for their first game. Gonna feel good. And we are going to be bringing that to you so shortly, as these teams are in the lobby. They're just deciding who's going to go where, who's going to do what, who's going to get that cap. Teams in their final deliberations. It does look like we are seeing a fifth member, for no fun intended, coming in. Stupid Loki. Dead Logic may have to get a fifth in themselves. Possibly sides going to try and get a fifth member in for Dead Logic, so we can go to a 5v5. Which certainly will definitely change things up for this final map. Question does come out, what are we going to see for objectives tonight? So these northern objectives not as easy to kind of push hard as Marsoc and get those caps in. I mean, you can definitely do it, but the ones in the south are more notorious for that. Seeing a lot of smokes coming in. Odds are Marsoc may be going for that heavy push, but then again, you could also see them fake it, which has been done before, and it works very well. Fake the fact that you're going to go for that super fast push and just watch Volt fly around trying to see who is where, get into positions as quick as they can, and that's where you catch them slipping, take them out, in them out, and give yourselves that point. Oh well, like that. Hopefully at this point Tippy probably may put up the correct predictions now as we go into the third map. Still waiting on a fifth for Dead Logic, so it gives you plenty of time to think about what you're going to do for your prediction. Who do you think is going to take this now? Both sides just oh so even. Dead Logic took that smaller map, and no fun intended, also taking the map just a little bit larger. I will give you the stats so that you can make an informed decision on your prediction. Cargo for Dead Logic, they have played it 15 times and won it 13 times. No fun intended, played it twice and won it twice. And they've got 100. They've both got high win ratio. Obviously, no fun intended, only played it twice. So it could be different if they've played it, say, 15 times. Who knows? Dead Logic definitely strong on this map, which is why they have picked it. And we are just waiting to get into that final map. Get the first round on the go. Holding us in suspense at the moment. Whilst I do, well, we all wait on this round. And you have done your predictions by now, I imagine. Let us say hello to people still in the chat tonight. I see you guys talking pretty heavily about various things and the difference in cargo. It's certainly, you know, one of those very interesting maps. I I have a love-hate relationship with it personally. It depends what day you catch me on, really, and how I'm doing on it, but odds are I'm not going to be a fan of it. The quick plays, the flashes hurt, you know. Unless you're being flashed like 2 or 3 times, just sat in one position on this map, you don't know. You don't know the feels. It hurts. You know, it's a mean thing to do. Frag grenade would definitely do the same, you know. Just do the same thing, somewhat similar. Yes. One of the more common tactics, I guess, for cargo is getting that Vault flanking over onto the Marsoc side and take them out as they're approaching onto the objective. And that one definitely requires important, well, quite a bit of timing, really. See if you can push through as Marsoc are distracted, trying to find the rest of your teammates. And you can sometimes get kills that way. Doesn't often work too much, I guess, in a league match. This team's probably a little bit more structured in their approach, so it will be a tough one to push through. But again, you know, if you go in at the right time, at that right moment when they're just distracted enough, you definitely can do it. But as I mentioned, you guys in the chat have quite rightly said yourselves, this map is just flash, frags, C4s. It's just equipment nightmare, really. Everything going off all around you. And this objective, the red cargo container in the north, can cap from inside the cargo container itself. So Vault do need to be covering both angles of the container, make sure nobody's pushed through. And that in itself is a pretty tough job. You don't want to be the person who is stuck inside the container, making sure they're not capping inside it. Because you're going to be sat in there for a long time and potentially not going to see anyone till, you know, till the final push. Some positions, you know, they're not fun, but they've got to be done. We've all been in that situation. You know, you sat there for so long, and you know you're not going to see anyone potentially. You know, you're just basically waiting. Are they good positions, or would you do something different? What do we think in chat, I guess, while we got the time? Give me some strats, go on. It looks like we are actually going to go into a quick timeout, so don't go too far away, as we will be bringing you the rest of this game very shortly. And it looks like we are back straight away, kicking off the third map. A little bit of fire going on there, and just like that we go. Dead Logic, well, it's their map pick, so they're going to be taking this to, no fun intended, back down to 4 players apiece. Snow checking the tunnel there, no one covering that that exit too much, so she could push out of there.
I'm pretty sure there's one in tunnel.
Dream Reaper just has a very narrow sight line.
Yeah, one's in tunnel, just jiggled.
Center 4. Yeah, there's one in the container of Center 4.
We're going to see loads of pre-fire coming out from Dead Logic, just checking those sides, trying to push No Fun Intended out in the open. It's not going to have an effect, though. No Fun Intended holding their positions, and this is where the pressure starts mounting. Smoke's going to start coming out very shortly. So this one going to alert Deadshot. He does see Oaks on the cross, takes him out. Dead Logic down to 3 players, No Fun Intended 4. And Game Reaper, pick of his own. Snow goes down. That's the tunnel cleared. And just like that, No Fun Intended in the lead. Furious Daddy and Cat having to think about what they're going to do now. Like I said, look on the map here, you just got to hold that line in front of the objective and not let Malsok get through. It's sometimes easier said than done when the nades and everything's going off. We're yet to see too much in the way of grenades at the moment as we get back into the map. Now, timeout there definitely cools things down a little bit and can put a bit of a disruption there to the momentum. No fun intended. As on point as ever, and Dead Logic just trying to get through at the moment. Furious Daddy and Cat eagerly check various spots. Here's Daddy making the very difficult cross here, but just moves at the right angle.
I hear movement from close to yellow room.
Which Game Reaper
He can't.
then...
Echo one, he was nearly right on us, guys.
Game Reaper not happy that Furious Daddy was allowed to get so close. He moved it just that right angle, and oh, Just Do It tries to take care out. She takes him down. The clutch could come in now. Just got to use this confusion now. Deadshot's lasers trained on the spot, but he's just not quite sure exactly where she is, but does just peek at the right second. And just like that, no fun intended, take the first point of Dead Logic's map pick. No fun intended, not going down, or well, say that it is even Stevens. Both got a map each. No fun intended, going to be wanting to go in at this and go in hard and just secure that victory, keep that winning momentum going. But Dead Logic not going to allow that easily. Imagine these rounds now between there. These are going to be the longest deliberations that we probably had. Hopefully not timeout worthy for every single round, but long nonetheless. Appreciate people holding out through that slight intimate. Oh well, that timeout there. good to have you back and be bringing you this grueling matchup between these two teams. Dead Logic and No Fun Intended, so even and both master standard. Now, No Fun Intended must attack that same objective they did just defend, as if you're not too sure how this how things work all that well, basically each round every 2 rounds, should I say, the objective will change and you will see the objective go anywhere else on the map in some set locations. So, and the teams change sides each time as well. So when you're defending, you are then attacking not long after. And whilst I go on, we will go into round number 2 for map number 3. They've both had a map each now, and it's getting tense. You know, those risky movements that we saw in that first round, or first map, slowing down now.
Oh,
No.
okay. Thank you. I don't want to be like really close.
I've got to your right. You just stay straight.
Carrying a great position here to be able to cover that central area. It's only a very tight kind of gap, but if you're quick enough on the shot, you can definitely take down an attacker. Shadow Warrior going to be the first one potentially to push through.
No, I'm center too.
So a little bit of confirmation there as to who is a teammate and where they are. Don't want to have a...
I don't know whether it's an enemy, but I'm not there.
Don't want to have a friendly kill at this point, especially when you've only got 4 players, taking yourself down to 3. Eesh.
Think one in the boxes.
Very similar defense coming out from this Dead Logic side.
One fragment.
Having everyone covering the front of the objective, so you just can't allow that push through. Both teams know this. You know, the masters, technically. You know, they've seen this objective many times over, defending it many times over. And like I say, last season, Dead Logic did so well. Got so far. They're going to be looking to continue with that in this season, and No Fun Intended, relatively new to the league in one sense. They've got a couple seasons under the belt now, and I think I always say that, and then I get a message saying it's wrong. But
There's one near the stack, north stack.
they're definitely playing like a team that has played many, many seasons together. I mean, individually, I know these players, Shadow Warrior, Game Reaper, just do it. But as a team, you can put all the greatest players in Onward together and force them onto a team, and play as a team is going to be the challenge. Individually, they may get the kills, you know, and do very well, but put them on a team together, and sometimes it doesn't go too well. But these guys doing oh so brilliant, really. Oh, Snow with the C4 on to just do it, gets the kill there. And
There's one in the room.
3 minutes in, we are now going to see the action as everything starts to come to a head. Shadow Warrior trying to push through. Snow covering that angle though. Care just out in the open, gets picked up by Shadow Warrior, evening things out 3 to 3. Airburst comes out, not going to find its mark there. Deadshot pushing up, takes out Oaks. And just like that, the eastern side of the objective, very open. Snow goes down, Furious on his own, not on the objective though. Way in the back corner, realizes this, then has to push in. Game Reaper puts some shots onto him, but just doesn't kill him. Now, Deadshot on the objective, Tablet is out. Furious got to be, oh, doesn't check it. And he does get a cap just in a couple seconds there, giving No Fun Intended 2 points turning into 3 now. They're wanting to hold their winning lead in this season. They're wanting to hold their winning lead on the on this map. That's what I am seeing at this moment here. Just Deadshot playing so well to the situation there as Furious Daddy was just distracted and all the movement, all the gunshots, everything going on. Pushes in, gets the cap, and it's a crucial cap as we now go into No Fun Intended's defense. And you know, sometimes it is easier to defend. We are on one of the more open objectives though. Very, very tough to defend. Gonna have to be quite far up front to gain as Volk, but getting into some positions is going to be tough as Deadlogic, Marsok are going to be watching those pushes and not wanting to allow that cap to go unpunished really, as I feel like we may see a cap of their own. So, just like that, the third round is going to go underway here. As Deadlogic now on the attack. And if you ever have a play that you've been saving for any special moment or even just something that you know you can do, this is going to be the moment to push that into or put that into work. And Oaks is remembering the code. It sounds like he may be determined to get this cap here. The smoke's coming out, free fire coming out from Care. Deadshot pushing up into the center containers. Gonna get into a pretty forward position there and just cover that door. Snow pushes out into the open. Pretty safe though in her position. Just do it though. Here's all his movement. Goes for a flank, pushes in, takes two out. And you can hear in his voice there what that means to him. Care and Deadshot both having a bit of a trade there. We are down just to the last member of Deadlogic now against three members of No Fun Intended. He has got to intend some fun on these guys now. Well, let's not forget. Oh, and just as I say that, Oaks going in for the push, trying to get a sneak cap, not able to do it. Shadow Warrior covering that. No Fun Intended take the map, 4 points to nothing. And what a game that has been, folks. I appreciate you for stopping by, covering or watching the coverage with myself. It has been a great, great game. Lots of back and forth. And No Fun Intended just coming out strong on this last map. And now go on and continue with their winning streak. Deadlogic down but not out. It is, you know, you've got to come back in and just keep playing, and these guys definitely and gals definitely do, you know. They're here for the fun, and that's what you love to see in a team. And they played so well in that last one. They got very far in the last season, so we are going to definitely see more of Deadlogic as we go in. But No Fun Intended have their second win of the season now, and as they go into their third game next week, are going to be feeling great, and they will get their MMR placed after they, or well, visible MMR after they play that game. So the question is going to be where they're going to land, where they're going to end up in this season. I think for EU especially, it's going to be a very questionable season as to who is going to end up on top, and I am going to look forward bringing you that action. So thank you all again for coming in and watching. It's been a great game. I'm your host, Jamie. I will see you for the very next game.